What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the All Day Streets, joined by Jay Light here. What's going on, Jay Light? How are we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. We're sans big ticket this week. Big ticket will be joining back shortly. I see JK's in the chat saying rumor has it Tom and Giselle are getting divorced because Mike hadn't been doing any all day live streams. Listen, if I was responsible for getting Giselle back on the marketplace, then you know what? I'm happy to contribute to society. But yeah, excited to dive back in all day on football in general. Just we had a fun one last night with you know what though? I'll say this. That was not a fun game. It was weird. It seemed like it was going to be a fun game. It got off to a fun start with that first drive, and then it was just garbage the rest of the way through.
Yeah, I'll say on Discord as unfortunately I'm a fan, so this game seemed not like Packers games of late, where they get off to a start, then the offense struggles, and then the defense is just on the field so much they can't stop them, and throw in some special teams errors, and it's not good. So
it got ugly, and I think I'm probably a little biased because I did a fun little 5-1 Buck stack last night for Showdown with my one Raven being Mark Andrews. So it looked great because the first drive it was like a 3-and-out. Then the Bucks went down the field. Godwin was my captain; he was cooking, and then they were like, "Let's not throw it to Godwin for the rest of the game." And Brady sucked, and everybody, it's just is what it is right there.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. Well, maybe not, but
no, he's fine, dude. He's fine.
I know, but why would he come back and put himself through this? It's not good.
It's funny because, like, as his career was winding down, we're like, well, you know what? At least he won't do what Brett Favre did, and then he's doing exactly what Brett Favre did.
Exactly.
But yeah, so today what I figured we could do, because I know there's a lot of conversation around it, Dapper in general, but all day specifically. Feel like we'll do like a vibe check, sentiment check. Then we can talk a little bit about the starter packs, dive into the playbook a little bit, and then just do some big picture football stuff for the weekend. But where you were telling me a story offline about your all day experience this week. But before you get into the specifics of it, just kind of tell me where you're at now. We're like at the midway point, or sort of the midway point, because they added an extra regular season with this season in NFL all day. Like where are you at right now?
Yeah, I was telling you before, I'm just a little checked out the last week or two, and it's really nothing to do with the platform itself. I'm still, like last week, I still got 100 yards, still participating in everything. It's just so much other things going on with the NBA starting now and playing DraftKings every night. It's just not as into all day, but I know it's been a while since I've been on here. What was it, 3 weeks?
Two or 3 weeks ago, I think.
I know a couple weeks ago I mentioned I had a lot to say about, I don't know, just the.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have a State of the Union from Jay Light. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know, that fell through, but I don't even remember what I was gonna say. But I don't think it's really relevant anymore. I feel like they've done a pretty good job to kind of, I don't know. They just haven't, I guess, screwed up as much lately.
I totally agree with you. I think they've been I think they continue to do the right thing where we haven't seen, like, we saw the starter packs hit the market, right? Or they are on the site. I believe I saw Diamond tweeting about it. Actually, that's what I'll do to pull that tweet up. We'll go to Diamond. Shout out Diamond, continuing to do God's work out there with the NFL all day content. I'll share screen quickly, and we can take also Thomas's comment of basketball kicks off on Christmas Day is great. I love that. All right, how far back? Oh man, I should have pulled this up before I started scrolling. These are the reward packs here, but I know there was a tweet about starter packs. Here we go. Starter packs Series 2 Release 1 have been stuffed. So 6,000 of the 10,000 available packs. They're going to be $19 per pack. Includes 3 Series 2 common moments, and it goes live today, actually, in an hour. So I think that I like seeing this starter pack. I think that's a good thing to have come to the platform. And so, like, it seems, again, it feels like they're doing a good job of setting expectations. They're doing a good job of, like, continuing to roll out these crafting challenges and mess around with things. So still pretty bullish on the stuff that they're doing right now. But I'm with you. I feel a little overwhelmed just in general. And that's not all day's fault, just by the amount of stuff that's going on right now.
So I guess how many packs do you think they'll sell today? What's the guess?
I don't know what are the let me pull the link up because I wanted to make sure that didn't say who it was limited to. So I imagine it's
It's
for new users
people.
only.
It
Yeah.
says right here, people that haven't purchased a pack before, so completely new.
Yeah, so I wonder I wonder how many we're going to see here. And so the floor in these moments still continues to be around the $5 or $6 range, right?
Yeah.
And so knowing you're getting 3 moments, it feels like this is you're immediately going to lose a buck or two. You know?
Yeah, maybe, but there's a lot of rookies in here too that are around $10 or so. Hopefully, you don't pull a Brees Hall, but
Yeah.
rest in peace.
I know the Brees Hall thing sucks, man. But let's actually do that for a second. So Brees Hall is done for the year with the ACL tear,
Yeah.
and then I just thought they were like, let's give Michael Carter the keys. We know he's a pretty solid back, and then they were like, no, let's go get James Robinson, which I mean is good for the Jets to win games. I don't know how that helps either of their production as a fantasy player, but holy shit, does that unlock Travis Etienne, huh?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's too bad he's not on the main slate this week on DraftKings, but
Yeah,
he's and he just slowly was chipping away after the first couple of weeks of touches, and now it's probably his backfield.
Oh my god, I would think so. I don't even know who is it. Agnew? Is that their other guy?
Snoop Connor.
Oh, so, watch out for Snoop Connor, dude. Watch out for Snoop
rookie
Connor.
out of Ole Miss. Go get him.
Yeah.
Go pick him up in case.
Yeah, but Etienne's he is gonna eat now for the next couple of weeks. And then the other injury news that came out yesterday, that Jamar Chase is gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks, and that sucks.
Yeah, that's tough. I do have a lot of T. Higgins exposure, so I'm not too upset. But yeah, that's rough. One of the best wide receivers in football, gonna miss a while. So
well, and it also seemed like Cincinnati was it seemed like they had a pathway there to rip off a couple of wins. I mean, I don't think this limits their ceiling for winning games, but it definitely makes it harder. And the Chase thing sucks too, just because he was so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, I see Weisberg saying the all day debut is down $35. I'm actually gonna go over to Own the Moment, and then we can talk about the playbook a little bit, look at the market in general, something that I do with NBA Top Shot a little bit. They're saying Hasty should get some work.
Ooh,
I've played some Hasty back in the day when he was a Niner.
Yeah, true.
Oh, it just reminded me I was going to say something else about that, but now I'm forgetting. All right, so let's take a look at the market here, and I'll pump this up a little bit more, and then let's see. I kind of just wanted to see what was moving in the last 24 hours, but let's keep it at common. Let's do just commons only, because I was just curious. Now, Thurman Thomas, that was included in the challenge, correct? Right?
Sunday night challenge.
Sunday night challenge, right? So you have Von Miller, you have Kyle Hamilton, Kadarius Toney. I forgot about that. Like he got traded to the Chiefs. I don't know. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, if he's healthy and he's got his head in the right place, I think it's a good trade. I mean, we were all buying him in best ball all summer.
Seriously.
In like the 7th, 8th round, and hasn't been pretty, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where he's at health-wise.
It does feel pretty low risk, high reward for them, right? Like if it doesn't work out, you just keep rolling out the guys. Maybe you make another move.
Yeah. Sure.
And he's super cheap too, I think, right? Like he's still in that
still
rookie deal.
I mean, he was a first rounder, so he's probably a little bit more expensive, but yeah, he's still on affordable deal. I know JK wasn't too thrilled about it yesterday as a Chiefs fan. He was thinking they could get defensive help, but if you had another playmaker, I mean, if he's healthy and he's in the right place, he's probably the best receiver on that team outside of Kelsey, right?
Yeah, I don't. So 800,000 toward the cap this year. Okay, so under $1 million. I feel like that's pretty solid. The only thing I would say, like to the defensive conversation, I maybe this is a hot take. I don't know if the defense, like I don't know what player you're going to add that's going to slow down Josh Allen and the Bills, and if that is who you're trying to beat, feel like you just got to outscore them. No,
that's true. Yeah, I agree with that.
But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Kadarius Toney's the guy, but
that's true. Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, so his moment was up. DeMarcus Robinson, I imagine that had to do with last night's performance where no one could tackle him. I feel like no one could tackle him.
Yeah.
But for the most part, so we get a handful of stuff that's still up a little bit. Odell Beckham's still waiting for a new home. I think a lot of people thought that was going to be Kansas City, but maybe not now. But I don't know. So what are you like? Are you shopping at all right now? Like where are you at?
No, not really. I'm probably only buying things challenge related as long as it's not too expensive. I still want to see what happens over these next 10, 11 weeks and just see where the platform is. I mean, I kind of want to just save up for off season, hope there's a dip, and maybe I'll, get into some Mahomes debuts, stuff like that. But for now, yeah, just kind of completing challenges, and I guess I could tell my story now.
Yeah. Also, before you tell the story, I'm excited for this story. By the way, I think Rowdy Rod just was gonna put a hashtag in, and then you dummies just immediately started following. There's no giveaway for OTM free sub, but appreciate you guys giving it a shot. But yeah, give us your playbook story. Excuse me.
Yeah, so I got to 90 yards last week, so then I burned a Matt Collins rare to get to 100, and then I went to burn my moments for the week to unlock everything. Thought I did everything right. Last night, I'm waiting for my 4 and 5 star packs. Nothing. Get a 1 star pack. I was like, okay, that's weird. And then it hit me as I'm laying in bed last night that I only burned 5 moments instead of the 6 that was required to unlock everything. So I basically burned 5 moments for everyone in the community, so you can thank me.
What about I saw there was another wrinkle with the challenge. I saw our man Drunk Tree, who is pretty frustrated in the NFL All Day chat, was saying, sorry for calling you out, Drunk Tree. I mean, it's not calling you out, but airing your stuff. He said the last challenge he completed 105 yards and burned a rare, but only got the free pack that was in the rewards. I heard back from Dapper saying there was an unlock button after completing the burn challenge.
And I don't recall that.
Yeah, so if you burned but you didn't have you didn't click the unlock button, is kind of tough. So I feel like that is one of those situations where they probably have to swoop in and say like, hey, our instructions weren't clear enough. I know, again, I didn't participate in it, so maybe it was a lot clearer, but that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, obviously. I don't remember. I just remember burning the 1 rare and clicking 1 button. I don't remember what it was, but
yeah,
I also burned 5 instead of 6, so I wasn't really paying attention. So
the wrong person to ask. Yeah, and I guess before we like move into the playbook, I saw a comment from NFT News Drop Alert saying, "Are you out on all day?" I don't know. I'm out like personally for the collecting side of things, but not because I'm not in on all day, if that makes sense. I am fucking fried trying to keep track of everything right now. And what we've done during these shows, when challenges have been announced, when we've been live, we break down the challenges, and then the show ends, and then I buy it at the top. Like, I'm unable to be locked in the same way that I am with other stuff. Now with basketball starting, I had to I really grind the basketball stuff. Like, I watch almost everything and I try to be on top of it, and I just couldn't do both. I couldn't keep track of both. And so what I decided to do, I was like, all right, I'll keep any Grail things similar to what I did with Top Shot, and then I'm going to move off a lot of my floor stuff, collect that Dapper, and sit on it for a little while. But here's the thing, guys. I didn't own any Grail stuff on all day. Most of my stuff was a Josh Allen floor common moment or something like that. So it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. So I know a lot of people are freaking out like, oh, where am I going to go to get content now? And it's like, relax. Like, I still love the NFL, and I still enjoy following it and want to keep up to date with what All Day's doing. But I just couldn't justify. I was just playing the game so freaking poorly. And then a weekly Rumble contest where I needed to finish in the top 3% wasn't exactly worth having all those moments. So that is kind of where I was at, but I'm not out on it. I think All Day compared to Top Shot and UFC Strike's doing a lot of cool stuff, but compared to all of them, All Day is doing a lot of really cool stuff. So I'm still in on it,
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I just takes so much time to try and sell everything, and I'm just so lazy when it comes to that.
Yeah,
but
I get it. I get it. That's what I did.
No, I hear you. I'm kind of the same way. Like, although I'm like the opposite of you. I sold off a lot of Top Shot, and that's obviously because of the market there too. But
Yeah.
I'm more of an NFL fan. You're more of an NBA fan. I think it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
you're still do what you love, right?
Exactly. So, you got you made the right call to retire that Brady should have done. There we go. And then I guess I'll talk about this just for a second, and then we'll go right back. Did you do the La Liga drop?
No.
So
No, I was going to. I do like soccer, but I saw kind of the writing on the wall, and I didn't.
Yes. So I did see one thing though that looked smart, and I didn't pay attention to it because I was like, I'm not paying $200 for a pack. If I can't do NFL all day right now, I'm definitely not going to do La Liga. But I did see, they burned all the packs they didn't sell though, right? And that was like half
correct.
of the drop. So I think that to me is a good sign. That's not what we would have seen in the past. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I
sure.
feel like that's a good sign.
Yeah, maybe I should have bought one now.
Yeah, I'm still okay that I didn't buy it. So let's go over to this week's playbook. We'll do a little overview first, and then dive into some of the challenges that we've seen. So I know that they've had a couple of new wrinkles to unlock the premium. There you go. You can burn 6 commons or burn 1 rare. We still have the login streak going. The Thursday night challenge, which we'll look at in a second. 5 yards for purchase in a moment. We've got 2 4th and inches challenges, right? So you can burn 1 rare here to receive 10 yards, and then burn burn 1 rare series 1 moment for another 10 yards. So I like that they're continuing to do the burning, and then we also have the 5 for 5. So you can burn 5 common moments with all day debuts. So definitely like continuing to tweak how much burning is going on, which I think is possible, like a positive sign, right?
Yeah, I agree. They got rid of most of the pick'ems this week, so and kind of replaced that with the burning, which is what everyone wanted. They want to get rid of moments, so I think it's pretty positive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. Top Shot Hot Shot saying it's rough. Don't see many people completing the 100 yards. So, all right, let's look at it. We know though, if you do burn, you can get up to 25 yards from that alone. Plus the login streak is an extra 4. So that's what is that? 29. And then the purchase a moment, you're at the 34. So there's 34 yards right there. Oh, and the daily visit. So that's 40 yards.
Yeah.
But we only have one of the pregame picks, right?
You need a rare from one of them.
From one of them. And then the Sunday challenge, we've got for 20 yards. Sunday night challenge is 15 yards. Monday night challenge is 15 yards. The end of the week is 15. Let's take a look at the Thursday night challenge first. Did you already complete this?
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I think there were no bottlenecks. I don't think so. And I had everything. So yeah.
NFC News is saying Dameon Pierce is going to kill the Sunday slate challenge.
Yeah.
All right, so the Thursday one, we had a 1 moment of the starting QB from the winning teams. There's Lamar, 1 moment of any player, QB, wide receiver, tight end, running back, 3 or more receptions. 1 moment of any player with a single rusher reception over 15 yards, and then 1 moment who records a total 1 or more total tackles. Excuse me, assist or solo. So we'll go over to OTM real quick just to see what that looks like. There it is. So a low ask is $71 right there. Do they have the Flash Challenge terminal up and running for the Sunday slate already? No, that's not super helpful just yet, I don't think. But we can go look at some of the other upcoming challenges. Let's go back over to the playbook. Let's look at the Sunday one since that seems to be the tricky one. So what was your first take on the Sunday slate challenge?
Yeah, so it looks like Dameon Pierce will be the big bottleneck if he gets to 20 carries, which he has in 3 of the 5 games this year.
Yeah.
And then Dalvin Cook, too, is another one with just a rare.
I feel like Dalvin Cook has been, oh, wow. 870, baby. Dalvin Cook is someone who has been almost in like 42 challenges, I feel like, where he's like, oh, here comes the bottleneck, and then he hasn't hit yet. So I don't know. I'm not ready to count my Cook
I don't know. He's been kind of banged up to start the year too, and coming off a bye, now he's probably the healthiest he's been. So
True. That's
he
true.
could see more work this week. But yeah, I mean, Dameon Pierce, if neither of those two hit, I don't think it'll be that difficult.
Yeah.
Because everyone else pretty much has commons. But yeah, and then Pierce could hit on the end of the week one too, which could
Yeah,
really...
probably we could double dip with that. But for Sunday, right? So Sunday, you need where is it? One moment from each team that scores 30 or more points, and then one moment of every player with 20 or more carries. So the 30 or more points, that should be easy enough to round up, right?
Yep.
So yeah, really, just the Dameon Pierce then and Dalvin Cook. Dameon Pierce is scary though. I feel like he is going to be. They've like said publicly how many times now that they're like, yeah, we're gonna feed him.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is scary. There we go. View playbook. All right. Didn't want to look at the merch there. All right. Let's look at the end of the week one, which you were just referencing here. We got one moment of each player, running back, wide receiver, tight end, the top 5 targets. Same for the top 5 rushing yards, and then 2 moments of any of the top 5 D linemen, linebacks, or D backs in total tackles for week 8. But there is a wild card. Any rare legendary moments from the team with the most points scored in week 8 can be used in place of any of the challenge requirements. There we go.
Yeah.
So that's something to pay attention to then.
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, good question by NFT News and Drop Alerts too. Like, if Pierce hits it, how many people will be willing to burn 2 rares?
Yeah, probably more likely, right? Because
initially my thought was going to be like, oh, maybe nobody does, but you're right.
Yeah, because that would get you 20 yards, which would be in place of the Sunday challenge. So yeah, I guess if Pierce does hit, that might be a good thing overall. But
yeah, I'll be curious. And then maybe that slows. Maybe we don't even see Pierce pump then.
True. Well, I mean, it's out of what, 79 or whatever. I'm sure it doesn't take much for that to pump, but
yeah, it will be funny just watching people sweat or like doing the anti-sweat Dameon Pierce, just like hoping he doesn't get the touches.
Oh, yeah.
Any other like big picture playbook thoughts, or do you feel like you hit most of them?
I think we're good. I mean, it doesn't seem like the last couple of weeks things are really pumping all that much. I think the biggest edge now would be the historical moments for island games, because we've seen them a lot, use them a lot, and those typically there's only 1 or 2 per team. So, because I know early on in the year we were able to stack just anyone really, and not print money, but we were making pretty good money first 3 or 4 weeks of the year, and now it just things don't really move that much outside of those historical and the rare bottlenecks too, I guess. But
it does seem, which I mean, I bet some people in the all day side of things would argue that's a good thing, that it's like a little healthier, where
for sure
it goes up a couple bucks, down a couple bucks, but pretty much stays the same. I haven't noticed the aggressive declines on Mondays that we had seen. It seems like that's slowed down from like the first couple weeks, but maybe that's because we're not seeing stuff pump as much either.
True. Yeah, that makes sense.
I know we were talking about it too. And if you guys still have more all day thoughts in the chat, continue to fire them out. But I figured we could kind of look forward to this week, just about some of the spots that are a little enticing, whether it's for Rumble or for fantasy football. I'll pull up John Boy's spreadsheets here, and a reminder: if you haven't messed around with momentumlabs.app, I recommend it. He's got good projection stuff. I've been using it for So Rare, which has been kind of fun as well. And
when are you gonna get ETR to sponsor the show?
Yeah, well, no, dude, I would never do that to John. I appreciate everything, John.
He uses ETR too. It's all right.
I know. I do love ETR.
If they can help me win a bunch of money, they can help anyone. So get them money.
Oh yeah, shout you out too. Shipping some GPPs this week in the basketball streets.
Yeah, that was pure luck. I made that line. I told you I made that line up while I was out to eat, and I wasn't even really paying attention that night. I was on the phone with my dad for a while, and then got off the phone. And I saw a DM from John, actually. He's like, looks like you got quite the sweat. And I looked, and I'm like, I guess so. I guess I'm not going to bed early tonight. And yeah, the one I won fairly easily, I guess. Helped that that last game was a blowout, but
yeah, that helped.
Yeah, that was unexpected and fun.
I almost had one 2 nights ago where I had AD and Jokic going against each other in a late night hammer, and I think I finished 20th in like the $100 single entry GPP, and I was actually chasing down John, which was kind of funny. But if that game stayed a little bit closer, or maybe it sniffed overtime, we would have taken it down. But basketball's a shit show. It's just so hard keeping track of the late news and stuff like that. So we'll focus on football here going into this weekend. So everybody's, the Buffalo Green Bay matchups. I don't know if that is fantasy sexy, but that'll be fun.
No.
Jalen Hurts, Pittsburgh seems to get lit up here and there, so that's kind of fun. We saw Lamar already go for. Did he go for 22 last night?
Yeah, I think so, something like that. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be using anyone from last night since we don't have any Isaiah Likely moments.
I know, man. Likely balled. Yeah. What's your like first lean? And we'll do Rumble focused, but instead of DraftKings for now. But like, what kind of games are you hoping to target here this weekend?
Yeah, I mean it's tough not to play Josh Allen, even at that ownership. Like, since Lamar didn't have a great game, I guess Hurts is an option, but they're just not. I don't know. If they get a lead, they'll just run the ball, and his production won't be that great. I guess Tua makes sense against the Lions. It's just, can the Lions keep it close or push them a little bit?
We heard last week because Amon-Ra St. Brown, who was a chalky player, left the game early, and now it sounds like it wasn't. It was more of a precautionary thing, so he should be good to go.
Yeah, him and Swift have been both practicing in full all week so far, so I think they're both good to go.
I mean, that, like, both for DraftKings and for this. I mean, if you could easily double stack that and bring it back with either Swift or Amon-Ra St. Brown, or if you think the game goes nuts, bring it back with both of them. Because Tua at that ownership too of just 2.5 being like, I mean, yes, he's a considerably less of a ceiling than Josh Allen, but it's just, I like when the lineups just make sense, where it's just like, Tua and Hill, or Tua, Hill and Waddle, an offense to come back with. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy stack to just jam in there. And
Regulator threw up. Well, you had any thoughts on Derek Carr and your Antichrist Devontae Adams?
Not too much. They do a pretty decent over or total, but I don't know. Derek Carr just never has a ceiling, it seems. I like Adams, but
yeah, I like Adams too.
Especially if Lattimore's still out. I haven't checked, but because they've been getting lit up.
Yeah, they have been getting lit up. And Carr might actually be interesting on DraftKings, where you need a salary cap. I agree. Like, I don't love Derek Carr. Like, we got
Ellinger season. We don't have to worry about salary.
Jesus Christ, Ellinger. He's gonna be like 35%. Like, what's he, like 5K?
4K projecting.
He's 4K?
16 fantasy points. Yeah, I mean, play him in cash, fade him in tournaments. Just
fuck me. I hate those. I thought he, like, 5K is at least a conversation. 4K, it's so cheap.
And I was looking I know it's preseason, but he had some pretty solid games, and he obviously has the rushing upside, and I don't know. It's tough, but I think on DraftKings especially, Derek Carr's 300 less than Tua. I gotta just try to get Tua.
Looking at ceilings too for this, I mean, I don't really love anybody else here. To me, it's like you can always take a shot on Kyler just in hope he runs around a bunch, especially now that Lamar didn't really have a ceiling. So you're probably right. It's just Allen, or if you want the discounted ownership, it's Hurts. And then anything other than those few guys, I mean, I think you're really off the board.
Yeah.
Running back, the ceiling seems to be, we got the Henrys, the Barkleys, Josh Jacobs being the third highest projected as well. What is going on with that Josh Jacobs usage?
I know, it's insane. I was so down on him in preseason. I think everyone was.
Yeah.
We had no idea, and now he's just a bell cow back and
monster.
That's crazy. Yeah. Good for him though. I mean, coming into a contract year, they didn't sign him to a 5th-year option, so he's proven it. That's good.
And then you got Christian McCaffrey, who I imagine gets unleashed a little bit more this week.
He looked good last week too when he did play, but
he did. And Jimmy G doesn't like to throw it down the field. So, oh wait, hold on. Here we go. We got a fantasy question from Lincoln was here. Hey guys, Or hey, a guy's offering me Justin Jefferson and Ertz for Andrew and CMC. It's Dynasty 1.5 tight end premium. I also own Kelsey, and I would still have some running backs like Joe, Zeke, and Kamara. Wow.
I would probably make that trade.
Yeah, that's a spicy trade. How many guys are in this league? That's like
I know. I mean, if you have Kelsey, I guess tight end premium, but Justin Jefferson's probably the best wide receiver going forward for the next 5 years. CMC is a stud, but he could get hurt any play, obviously.
Yeah. I think I actually like snap accept that, especially because you have Kelsey and the rookie Duslich behind him.
Yeah. They still have Kamara, and I'm guessing that's Joe Mixon, right?
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I'd hit accept. I'd hit accept quickly. Looking back at the running back too, Tony Pollard, we should probably talk about because there's no Zeke, right? So you Rumble Bros who are especially holding on to a rare moment, that might be kind of an off the board hero play.
Oh yeah, we love Tony Pollard. I mean, I'm like the biggest anti-Zeke person in the world, so this is gonna be beautiful.
We love it.
But Pollard. What does he got? I don't know. It's just I actually forgot to enter a lineup last week, but 2 weeks ago I finally got my running backs right, which I haven't all year. Like that just seems like the toughest position this year.
It really is.
And then my wide receivers were terrible, so it was rough. But
I've been playing Lamar and Andrews every week, and that was really cool for a couple of weeks, and then it's been dog shit since then. So
last week was bad too.
Yeah, so I sold all my moments. Ramondre Stevenson still projecting pretty high, but we got Damian Harris is back in action, correct?
Yeah. So what's the boots on the ground take from you? If you're
Stevenson's way better. Stevenson is way better.
So was last week just a game script thing, or was it Harris? They're limiting him coming back.
I think Bill Belichick did cocaine before the game. That
makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, that was I don't know what was going on. I couldn't believe it. And the best part too is like in retrospect, it's easy to be like, wow, I don't know if he handled that the right way. But there was a 3-minute run where everyone, I don't even think just Patriots fans were like, Bill Belichick is the smartest man alive. Like Bailey Zappi comes in and then immediately chucks a touchdown. We're like, fuck, this guy's brilliant. But man. All right, then we get a question. But yeah, I love Ramondre. I think Ramondre, like moving forward, you're talking dynasty. Like that's a guy I like absolutely love. But I bet Damian Harris still vultures here and there.
Yeah.
Orion was saying, what's a better hero in your opinion? The Sun God or Miles Sanders? So Miles Sanders, we got here of a ceiling of 23, but absolutely no ownership. If we go down to the Sun God, ceiling of 27, he doesn't have his wide receiver ownership up just yet. What's your lean there?
Yeah, I think it's got to be Sun God. I'll just take the upside of a wide receiver over a running back who's in somewhat of a timeshare, I guess. But
yeah,
I mean, they got two other guys that they give the ball to, so.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you. NFT News was asking if I was going to the game. I was going to the game. I did have tickets. I no longer can attend, which I'm a little bummed about. But yeah, I was going to be going. But I was going to have to be doing some man on the street content stuff with Jets fans, so I'm kind of okay not doing that now. But back to your point about our stack that we were talking about earlier, right? So we look at the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Please be top 10, 8, 9, 10. All right, I guess he was 12. 11 or 12. Yeah, you got talking about that Tua stack where you got Tyreek and Waddle, two of the top 12 plays right there. And if you think Tua is going to pop, there you have it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. And then like on DraftKings, I know Tyreek will be pretty popular. So I like going more Waddle. I mean, I like double stacking them, obviously, but as a one-off or whatever, I'd probably prefer Waddle. But yeah, I think for this, if you want to stack that game, it's just so easy.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit. Cooper Kupp, obviously, against the Niners will be, I mean, super popular. Justin Jefferson's back. I mean, I think if you play anybody that's not Tyreek, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, like when you're building lineups, people are just going to click those three, right?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
So you were talking about Devontae Adams earlier. Obviously, if you're playing Josh Allen, I guess a lot of people might click Stephon Diggs instead of these guys. But if you're going off the board with Kyler, you got DeAndre Hopkins. I really do like Amon-Ra St. Brown. I feel like he won't be as popular too as he's cooled off the last couple of weeks from that injury and then what happened last week. I feel like he might go underowned.
Yeah, I like T. Higgins too this week with
Of course,
no
yeah.
Chase, obviously, and back to running backs too. Like I hate Nick Chubb usually, but this could be a spot too where he gets there, and I mean the guy just scores a touchdown every week. It's insane. But
yeah, it's a good matchup against Cincinnati too.
and if you could do some kind of Chubb and Higgins Monday night stack, something like that. But
I kind of like that this game is on Monday night, so I don't have to figure that situation out on Sunday for like ownership. Because Waddle, you're out on Waddle Poker Pro, Eric. Jalen Waddle's so fun.
Yeah, he's good.
And I thought I thought the combo of him and Hill was going to be a little bit weird, but they're just deadly, man. You just have to pick which one's going to beat you.
Yeah.
Trying to make sure we talked about everyone. I think I'm just like Jonathan Taylor should be in a good spot today, but I'm a little bit nervous about that Colts offense.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Trying to see. I don't know.
I think Dalvin Cook, if you got him, is a great play. Obviously, Aaron Jones. I think if you're doing a little Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, come back with Aaron Jones is kind of fun.
Yeah, if they ever give him the ball, but I guess he did have 9 catches last week, which is good for especially PPR. But I don't know. I did bet the Packers plus 11 earlier this week, and I'm pretty scared.
Why?
That's just a lot of points. It has, and normally I always bet against the Packers. As a Packers fan, I do the emotional hedge, but this week I don't know. I think maybe they just backdoor cover and whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. It could be scary.
So this week we got Mark Andrews, who I'm not, obviously is not in there. George Kittle, I'll be surprised. Wait, did the Chiefs play this weekend?
No.
Oh, they're on a bye. Okay, that's what this is. So George Kittle against the Rams, I wonder if he becomes popular. If you don't want to do the Amon-Ra St. Brown or the DeAndre Swift, TJ Hawkinson kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And then the last guy, I mean, fuck Kyle Pitts. Pat Freiermuth, though, man, he is I don't love this offense, obviously, for Pittsburgh at all. But he seems to be like the new Deontay Johnson with checkdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going up against him last Sunday night and season long, and he almost came back to beat me. But, yeah, he had 8 or 9 targets. And,
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, tight end is a wasteland this week. I mean,
yeah, it really is.
No Kelsey Andrews. I don't even think you can play Taysom at tight end on Rumble.
No, I don't know. I don't think you can.
And Joku's out.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's gross.
It is pretty gross. I mean, Evan Ingram, maybe. I don't know. I feel like he pops up every once in a while.
Is Higbee on there? Higbee was solid the first.
Yeah, Higbee should be on there. I wonder if he's updating these right now because I'm seeing some stuff change. So, Higbee honestly is probably the most popular play, I would think.
Yeah.
One more thing before we wrap up here. I don't know. I know you wanted to maybe check in with best ball a little bit. How's your best ball situation looking?
I think pretty good. I think I only did 15 total drafts on Underdog. Nice. I ended up maxing out the $5 milli on DraftKings just because I had the balance on there. So I was like,
yeah.
And I didn't want to stick $4,000 into maxing out the
makes sense
BBM3. So I was looking Wednesday. I think I had, as of now, 27% advance rate out of 208 total drafts on there. Then I had a couple interesting ones on Underdog with I actually looked last night. I had a Lamar likely stack that I missed out on Andrews, so I got Lamar and I think Duvernay too on that. So
that's nice.
And that team was doing pretty good, so that might help. But yeah, I don't know. I did look too, though. A lot of my best teams at Breece Hall, which that's going to hurt. But
I had going into this week, I think I was right around 18% advancing. So it wasn't awesome, but I have a couple of spicy ones here. I'll sneak in here. Although, fuck, I hate that I can't see like what its score is right now. But I'll look at a couple that are winning. This is up to 970. It's a lot of Lamar stacks that are doing well, but this has Lamar, Burrow. We get some CMC in there with Damian Harris. So CMC and then a fucking wasteland. But Jamal Williams helped carry me.
Yeah.
And then AJ Brown, Bateman, Thielen, Olave with Jacoby Myers. Devin Duvernay, man, just like kept me afloat. And then Andrews as well. But there was I thought I had one that was a little bit spicier here. And this is 957. Again, another Lamar. I get so much Trey Lance too.
I know. That's good.
But the Damian Pierce down there. Now I also have like 20% Brian Robinson, so I'm hoping that is gonna start to fire off. But I was doing this with John yesterday and looking at some of the exposure stuff. And I always think this is fun to go back and look at. And let me blow this up a little bit more. But my quarterback, this sucks. Like that's 26% Trey Lance, just like dead. But then most of those though are stacked with like Kyler, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson. So that's kind of nice. So all of my caching lineups are really Lamar and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But this is pretty gross. But the wide receiver one is the only thing like saving me right now, where I have Waddle. Pierce has come on like pretty hot lately. Devonta Smith, CeeDee Lamb, Ayuk, Marquise Brown, and then T. Higgins. So hoping we cook here down the stretch.
Ooh, Drake London, that's rough.
Well, it was really cool for a week.
I don't get it, man. This is ridiculous.
Atlanta offense is I just and they win too. It's weird.
Ooh, I just looked. Okay, here's my best underdog team. I got Lamar, Trevor Lawrence, running backs. Holy shit. Okay, CMC. ETN, Damian Pierce, Ramondre, and Miles Sanders.
Those ETN lineups are going to start really popping, I bet.
Wow. AJ Brown, Pittman, Kirk, Olave.
Awesome.
Devontae Parker.
That's great.
Yeah. And Njoku and Isaiah Likely. There we go.
It's tough. So what do we got? Like 4 weeks left in the regular season of that?
I think 7, right? Isn't it?
Oh, is it week 15?
Week 14, I think.
Oh, is it? I was thinking it was week 12. No, you're right. That's right.
15, 16, 17
right,
are the playoffs. Yeah. So yeah, it's only, I think, halfway through. But I mean, I definitely scrolling through a lot of my teams. There's a lot of dead teams. And then just hopefully the ones I have advancing kind of hang in there. And
just want a couple sweats. That's all we're looking for.
Exactly.
That's all we're looking for. Sure. All right, gang. Well, I think we're gonna call it there. Unless you have anything else you need to get out to the people.
I got nothing.
Nothing. Nope. I'm going to be back. Little schedule adjustment for this afternoon because I wanted to do it a little differently. So at 3:00, we'll have the happy hour with our man James to do some F1 chat and just kind of go around the horn. And then right after that, at 4:00, it'll be a separate stream. We'll pick up with some So Rare live before lock building. We'll end with this question from Killa PvP. You guys. Would you trade 2 of Amon-Ra, Waddle, A.J. Brown, Higgins, and Hopkins for Jefferson? Could try to trade Dak or add Dak on my side to get Lamar as well. I don't understand the quarterback part of it, but I mean, yeah, if you can move Dak for Lamar, I would do that. But would you trade 2 of Amon-Ra, Waddle, Brown, Higgins? Honestly, I don't think I would. I think I would just keep all those shots on goal.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
I guess it depends on receivers in a flex.
Yeah, that's the big thing. If you're only starting 3, then I'd probably try to get Jefferson.
Yeah,
if you have to start 4, then you have 5 solid options.
Yeah, I think that would be the difference for me.
Yeah,
because those are all good. Like, there's nobody in that list of guys, especially now that Higgins gets a boost. Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, guys. Well, we'll be back. The football show is back at 11 on Sunday with John Boy Beats. So we'll be back at 11. We'll give away another NFL All Day Premium Pack, and then we'll see you this afternoon if you hear for more stuff. So for Jay Light, I'm Mike. We are out.